Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Nityanandam, we had such a beautiful darshan, all of us are just blessed to witness Swamiji as Bhagavan Lingodbhavamurti and getting initiated to have the Paratva of Paramashiva, the conscious supremacy and conscious sovereignty inside each one of us. I request all the participants to kindly share how was your experience in the darshan today? How did you enjoy the darshan? How was your experience in today's darshan?
Today, for each of us, Swamiji has literally given us all the ultimate blessing of conscious sovereignty, showering us with the most important, like Swamiji said, the most precious thing in this whole cosmos is you, your consciousness. And the conscious sovereignty is the ultimate initiation, and Swamiji has showered us with that powerful initiation today. How did you all enjoy the darshan? Wow, I see actually so many people have posted your messages of gratitude and how you all enjoy today's darshan. Please understand today's darshan as Lingodhva. As much as the sight just beholding is so powerful, Swamiji has conducted a very powerful alchemy process that will literally have the induce the conscious sovereignty in each and every one of us. So today's initiation, the darshan and the experience that Swamiji is emboldening into us is a very, very powerful one. And now, right after this beautiful darshan, let us all enter into manifesting powers. Can I request all the Kailasavasis, all the participants here, to please connect to a partner amongst yourself right now? See, Ma Angelica, you can actually manifest with Ma Pratingira. Ma Teresa, you can manifest with Ma Deborah. Just look around. You all can connect with each other. Ma Purushananda, you can connect with one of the other participants, maybe Ma Ivana or Ma Swasidananda. Each of you connect to a partner. Sit right now. And I'm going to request every one of you to sincerely manifest this power. Listen very carefully. When you manifest this power, you experience conscious sovereignty, and all of you are going to taste what it means. I'm going to request each of you to please see your respective partners. You can connect to them. And you can see, scan them, and you can manifest this power. Ma I Alex, Ma Harlin Gomez, Ma Yoga Jnana, Ma Tanya Devarne, Ma Wong Kalili, Ma Margarita. I'm going to request every one of you to connect to a partner. If you've all connected, please could you all post yes in the chat? Once you've all connected, please post yes in the chat. Ma Ulise Venko, Ma Mahaguptranda, Ma Lita, can I request all of you to please connect, Ma? And yes, as and when you connect, you all can confirm in the chat if you got a partner. Okay. Now listen very carefully. Whenever you experience conscious sovereignty, right, in that space, you will be able to see very clearly the thoughts, the words, the incidents, anything that the other person is thinking about. Now, each of you connect to a partner amongst yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to identify what exactly your partner is thinking about. The exact incident, the exact details of what your partner is thinking about. So, like for example, Ma Angelika, let's say you are manifesting with Ma, let's say you're manifesting with Ma Purushananda or anyone, right? Like or Ma Pratangira, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to write down. You're going to say, okay, you're going to visualize maybe a lion, and you'll write the word lion in a piece of paper. You're going to think of lion continuously in your head. Ma Pratangira will actually scan you, and actually, Ma Pratangira, you will be able to see lion appearing in your inner space. See, we all speak to so many people on day-to-day basis. We form so many relationships, acquaintances, colleagues and subordinates or personal relationships. This power, Swamiji tells, is all about the success of micromanaging your inner space. If you know the knack of however your thought comes, how you deal with your thought, you will start understanding how the other person deals with themselves. Swamiji said, how you deal with your first person, the same way they deal with their first person. If you understand this, you will know the knack of mind reading. Just sit right now and all of you connect intensely to Swamiji. Look at the other person. You will be able to clearly see what they're thinking about. What is the exact thing that they're visualizing in them? Can I request each of you to think of a word, please? And or it can even be incident. It need not just be word. It can even be an incident. And write down the incident that you're thinking about. And scan and start identifying the exact detail. And let's do it in the round of 7 minutes per round. So now time is 9:10 and 9:17. You can switch the partners, and I request all of you to please start. Shanta Mahavakya. Please look intensely, connect to the partner and identify.
Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Mahamahavagya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. This Mahamahavagya is spiritual lullaby for you to fall into samadhi. Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva to wake up in you. Just remember this one powerful cognition. This Mahamahavagya puts me in samadhi. This is spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva in me. for Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavagyā. Mahamahavagyā, spiritual lullaby for Samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva, for Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavagyā. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
I request each of you to now share what is your exact experience of scanning the people? How many of you were able to scan and identify correctly? Can I please request each of you to share? I request all the participants to post how many of you started manifesting. Actually, if you start understanding this and you start manifesting this power, any communication that you have to do, or like if you have to close a business deal, you have to connect to someone, you will be able to precisely know what the other person is looking for and you'll be able to connect to them that way. You will be able to precisely know and you will know all the details, what exactly you need to do, etc. So it's a very, very beautiful science of manifesting, being able to see through what people are thinking about, being able to see through the thoughts or the inner space of the other person. All right. Ma Purushananda, you can call, if you are having their contact, you can even reach out to them on WhatsApp and see, ma. Okay, but make sure you do this experience. You manifest this power of mind reading, because when you start manifesting it, right, you will actually you will experientially understand what it means to manifest conscious sovereignty. What does it mean to, how do you start applying this conscious sovereignty when you, especially when you start experiencing that oneness, when you start manifesting power, you'll start tasting the real conscious sovereignty. Now, we're all going to be entering into the next session of our day today, where we're going to be understanding about universe. But till now, whatever you heard about the universe, you might have heard about Big Bang, black hole, but there is something called V hole, gray hole, and hole. This revelation of how the universe functions, this is directly from the cosmic archives, and a very, very sacred, profound revelation on how universe is from the eyes of Paramashiva, how actually out there, how universe is. Whatever we know is from what we study from here. But Paramashiva, who is the center of the whole universe, he is revealing to all of us, Swamiji is revealing to all of us from what is there actually out there. And that's what we're all going to be listening to now. And let's all enter into this session.
Listen. Paramashiva introduces himself as he is in Vedas and Agamas and Puranas. Paramashiva introduces himself how he is manifesting to teach Agama as Sadashiva. As Sadashiva, he manifests with 5 heads, 10 hands, teaches Agama. Through these 5 heads, he does these 5 actions. Manifestation. It's called Srishti. Manifestation. Then Sthiti. Sustenance. Then Samhara. Rejuvenation. Then Prabhava, pulling out of delusion. Then Anugraha, liberation. Listen. Listen carefully. Sthiti. Sthiti means maintenance. The first action is Srishti. Second is Sthiti. Third, Sthiti means maintenance. First, Srishti, manifestation. Sthiti, maintenance or sustenance. Samhara, rejuvenation or dissolving or destruction, whatever word you want to use. Samhara, literally the word Samhara means transformation, rejuvenation. One becoming another. So listen carefully. Srishti, manifestation. Sthiti, maintenance. Samhara, rejuvenation. Prabhava, pulling out of delusion. Anugraha, liberation. This is the universe. This is Prapancha. Universe word is too small. Whether universe or multiverse, all these words are too small. Prapancha is also too small. Paramashiva is the only word I can use because that is the ultimate word. No other word can be used even to describe Paramashiva. Understand? The Kailasa knowledge, Paramashiva Jnana, is principles. When that comes to Sanskrit, it becomes concepts. When that comes to English, it becomes long sentences. That is what I am explaining, I am expressing. Please understand, meditate on this. Meditate on this Paramashiva Jnana. You will manifest Paramashiva Vijnana. Understand? Meditating on this trains your brain, awakens the most subtle brain grooves for me to infuse Kundalini in you. In black hole, where the time is constant, you don't die. This is the foundation, fundamental idea you need to know about time. See, every truth I am telling you, I am inserting that into your being and initiating you into that. I am initiating you into that. These truths should be heard from a being who has experienced it. I have experienced it. I am here to give these truths to all of you. Black hole becomes white hole the moment you know the truths about the black hole. Black hole does not kill you because the time is constant there. It is not moving. Many people who are working to understand the secrets of the universe try to raise a doubt. When there is so much matter generated during the Big Bang, why so much antimatter is not generated? The question is wrong. Please understand. Matter and antimatter is always in balance. If any one gets imbalanced, immediately the Big Bang or black hole has to happen to balance it. Understand? Overflowing matter, overflowing antimatter need to be in samana for maintenance, means sthiti. Please listen carefully. From the influence of the antimatter, matter manifesting is Big Bang. From the influence of the matter, antimatter manifesting is black hole. If there is a sustenance, life perception, matter and antimatter is balanced, enough and equal amount of antimatter also is produced when matter is produced. Antimatter means, listen carefully, Paramashiva clearly defines all the thought currents, emotions, patterns, which is there in all of us, which is responsible for our functioning, but which is not perceived as material, is antimatter. Listen. Which is there in all of us, patterns, emotions, thought currents, feelings, experiences, which is responsible for our functioning, our existence, which matters for our existence, but which is not perceived as material, is antimatter. Enough quantity of antimatter also is released along with matter. person who understands antimatter matters for life starts making the cognitions related to antimatter. I tell you, how much you avoid poison, poisonous food, toxics in your system, that much you need to avoid toxic patterns and poisonous patterns. But unfortunately, you always recognize matter as existence and never recognize antimatter. You don't give the due right to the antimatter in your life and fail, land in accidents and collapse. If you cognize the higher reality about the antimatter, your life will be a powerful manifestation of completion, fulfillment, higher form of existence. Understand? The first powerful cognition you need to cognize, whatever you perceive as matter, existence of your life, equivalent amount you need to perceive, cognize the antimatter component of your life. Antimatter, avyakta, unmanifest, drives the matter. Antimatter is the energy source of the matter. The avyakta manifests as vyakta, and avyakta continues to be the driving force of the vyakta. Unmanifest continues to remain as the driving force of the manifest. I was reading the last article written by Stephen Hawking on black hole. They were trying to explain that happens to the mass gets into black hole, and I'll tell you precisely what Agama explains. Black hole does not have temperature. Understand? Temperature is there only in the field of length, breadth, depth. Black hole actually happens in the field of time and space. Understand? The length, breadth, depth is human beings' perception of black hole, not black hole itself. Black hole exists grounded in space and time. In space and time, there is no temperature. In length, breadth, depth, there is temperature. In space and time, there is only memory. Memory does not have temperature. It has a tendency to instigate certain temperature in length, breadth, depth. Memory can instigate temperature, can create certain temperature in length, breadth, depth. But that by its nature does not have temperature. What we perceive as black hole is if I have to give an example, the poor man's imagination about rich man's life. Poor man's imagination about wealthy life. What we perceive as black hole is not black hole. It's an outermost side effect of the black hole. In original, exact source of the black hole, which is the tongue of Ahora Mukha of Sadashiva, there is no length, breadth, depth, and there is no temperature. Actually, in the core center of the black hole, there is only time and space, memory of the mass is carried. The knowledge and information, the pattern of the mass is carried, not the mass itself. By the time the length, breadth, depth, the mass loses all its characters, which defines them as mass, including temperature. Understand? If you understand all your components, you can see very clearly every moment Big Bang and black hole is happening in your system. You are the microcosm. If you understand the Big Bang and black hole in the microcosm, you will understand the Big Bang and black hole in macrocosm. If you understand how mass is reduced to memory when it moves into time, you will understand how your soul takes next birth. Your soul loses its length, breadth, depth, but it does not lose memory. It carries the memory and moves into time and assumes the next body. That is why I always insist that if you commit 100 murders, maybe as per country law you will be punished. In the cosmic law, the pattern of committing murder will come with you and torture you. Patterns are more torturous than any prison of the country law. Understand? Sometimes the patterns may not make you do actions, but the way they create conflicts in you, the conflicts you go through within you due to the patterns is called hell. Integrating you, uniting all components of you and making you powerful is yoga. Theoretical physicists are wondering, they are trying to understand the temperature of black hole. If they come to the conclusion there is a temperature, they feel black hole may just evaporate at one day and disappear. Then what will happen to the mass and how the memories are carried? How the knowledge is alive without destruction? All these questions they are not able to answer, unfortunately. But very precisely Agama reveals all these truths. Paramashiva reveals all these truths in Agama. In length, breadth, depth, mass as temperature. When it moves to the next dimension of time, it loses all the qualities of temperature. It just becomes just memory, knowledge. Actually, black hole is happening in the connecting space of time and space. The zone where the time and space is touching each other, that's where exactly the eye of the black hole is there. What we try to understand through the length, breadth, depth, maybe the happening, the side effect or the outermost effect of the black hole, not the black hole itself. Black hole has nothing to do with length, breadth, depth. It may create some effects in length, breadth, depth, but it exists in time, space. Same way Big Bang. Big Bang happens in space. Maybe the length, breadth, depth we are seeing is the effect of the Big Bang, but not the Big Bang itself. Understand? If you try to understand the Big Bang happening in you, black hole happening in you, how your actions becomes memories and carried by you while you go to dream state and deep sleep state, and you bring it back in the dream state and manifest it and then come out and manifest it in the waking state. If you see this whole, you will understand every day black hole happening in you, Big Bang happening in you. Then you will understand how various components of you need to be integrated. Nityananda Yoga is specifically designed to integrate you, bring integrity, and unite all your components. Start practicing Nityananda Yoga. You will integrate all components of you and manifest powerfulness. Same way, the mandala, space, plane, which has a capacity to produce many planes, is called Brahma. The heads of that Brahma is being swallowed by the black hole. Understand? I am trying to give the description as closely as your logic can understand. Your logic can visualize. Brahma means space which can produce multiple spaces. Brahma is the energy which can manifest multiple energies. Like a sun is a star which can manifest many stars. Brahma is a zone, space, mandala, which can manifest many mandalas, zones, spaces, stars. That Brahma, his face is being swallowed by Kalabhairava, who manifests from the southern face, the Aghora face of Paramashiva. That is the beautiful story of Kalabhairava wearing the skulls of Brahma. Kalabhairava cuts the head of Brahma and wears as a garland. If you see all Kalabhairava deity, he will be wearing the skull garland. It's not ordinary human skull. It's a Kalabhairava's skull. Sorry, Brahma's skulls. Kalabhairava's skull mala is made of Brahma's heads. It's not ordinary human skull mala. He is wearing Brahma Siras, Brahma Siromaladari. The Brahma's heads are worn as garland by Kalabhairava. Deeply listen. Paramashiva, his 5-phase creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, putting in delusion, liberation. This 5-phase, Srishti Sthiti Samhara Tirobhava Anugraha. In this 5-phase, the Samhara, rejuvenation phase, from that manifests Kalabhairava, cosmic black hole that swallows Brahma's heads, Brahma Kapalas. Paramashiva, as Kalabhairava, wears the garland made of Brahma's skulls. What is the Brahma's skull, Brahma's head? The star which produces stars is Brahma's head. I'll narrate a story. Understand the truth behind the story. So you can understand the principle I am going to explain. The principle I am going to explain is science of rejuvenation through collective integrity. You can understand that principle if you understand this story. All of us know Paramashiva gave Sudarshana Chakra to Vishnu. O Parandama, forgive me. In any way, I portray you, create any misunderstanding knowingly or unknowingly. I'm just trying to narrate the story of Kailasa in the human language, which is very inadequate. Error is language, not the spirit or intention. Listen to the story. I'm not showing Parandama, Mahavishnu, in any way lower. But when I am talking in the logic, in the language, which you all understand, it is always the comparison of higher, lower. So when I say Paramashiva gave Sudarshana Chakra to Vishnu, don't think Vishnu is some way lower. He is far more superior than you and me. So be very clear about that. So because of the language I am using, don't think, oh, Vishnu. Oh. All of us know that Vishnu did tapas towards Paramashiva, and Paramashiva gave Sudarshana Chakra for Vishnu to protect this creation. And once Daksha, the Brahma's son, did tapas towards Vishnu and got the boon, Vishnu should protect him forever. Vishnu also gave the boon. And unfortunately, Daksha messed up with Paramashiva directly in her in the issue of Sati, means his daughter, Daksha's daughter Sati. She wanted to be with Paramashiva, but Daksha had his own opinions and he is so highly opinionated due to his ego and arrogance, and he tried to fight with Paramashiva, and that stupid things were going on, and in his extreme attachment for her daughter, for his daughter, he started going against Paramashiva, but finally he went against his own daughter. That is the delusion and the blind spots. When you create a delusion and delusion-based anger and violence, it will not be directed only towards your enemy. It will be directed even towards the people whom you love, and finally it will direct itself towards you, and it's like a suicide. That is why the blind spot centric arrogance, the delusion based arrogance and violence is always not just murderous, it is suicidal. So this guy Daksha got into that mess, and again I wanted to tell you all, based on this story which I am narrating, don't try to underestimate Daksha also. He is surely far higher than you. So these are the stories from the different plane. So remember that and learn only the truth. Learn the truth that you should not get into the deluded arrogance and deluded violence and deluded vengeance. Learn the truth and don't try to judge Daksha. Anyhow. So this Daksha did a yajna, disrespecting Paramashiva without offering the offerings to Paramashiva. Sati came directly, Parashakti came directly to teach lesson to Daksha, but unfortunately Daksha not only did not listen. See, when your deluded arrogance and anger is directed towards Paramashiva, then naturally it destroys you. So this fellow, his extreme attachment to his daughter, he developed anger towards Paramashiva. Finally, that same anger, due to his delusion, he directed it towards his own daughter, for whom he developed anger towards Paramashiva, and then finally that anger destroyed him. He directed that same anger on Sati, and Sati just gave the body back, the body given by Daksha. She just threw it back, because Daksha prayed to Devi Parashakti and begged for Parashakti to come down as his daughter. But the fool has forgotten. He brought Parashakti herself as his daughter, and he became deluded. Anyhow, you all know the story that she gave up the body Daksha gave and showed her original form of Dasamahavidya, that she is Parashakti. And then Paramashiva manifested as Veerabhadra to come and teach a lesson to this Daksha's arrogance. Vishnu is caught because he gave a commitment to Daksha. he gave a word to Daksha that he will protect Daksha forever. He has to maintain his integrity. So, when Paramashiva came directly to finish the Daksha Yajna in the form of Veerabhadra and Daksha, to teach lesson to the Daksha and Dakshas, to remove Daksha's arrogance, Vishnu saw what can be done. One side, my integrity, my commitment to my disciples, my devotees, that I have given a word, I will protect him forever. Other side, Paramashiva. What to do? He decided, okay, let me try my best to keep my words. With all Paramashiva gave me. So he took the Sudarshana Chakra and said, Paramashiva, this is the greatest weapon you gave me to protect this creation. And I have given a word to this fellow, Daksha, that I have to protect him. Because I gave a word, I will protect him forever. My maximum capacity to protect is Sudarshana Chakra. Now I am sending this towards you to protect my integrity, to keep my integrity. So he sends the chakra towards Paramashiva. Simply one of that Brahma Kapala, which Paramashiva was wearing, that Kapala just swallowed that Sudarshana Chakra. Like a murku. And if you know the Indian snack murku, how you grab the murku and smash in your mouth. Same way, one of the Brahma Kapala Paramashiva was wearing, it just grabbed that Sudarshana Chakra and bag over and kept it under his teeth. And then Vishnu looked at Daksha and said, see, my maximum capacity is my Sudarshana Chakra. I have sent that. So I have tried everything possible by me to keep my words, to protect you. Now, nothing more can be done. And he returned to Vaikuntha. He went back to Vaikuntha. And of course, you all know the story that Veerabhadra came and cut the head of Daksha to teach lesson and remove his arrogance. Then Daksha's wife comes and cries to Mahadeva and prays to Mahadeva. And Mahadeva says, I am not against him. I am only against his arrogance. So, he is not my enemy. Only the part of his arrogance need to be removed. The arrogance need to be taught a lesson. So, he removes the cancer and gives him back a different head, a goat head, and gives life to Daksha. This story has a very deep significance. Women's Muladhara Chakra, man's Sahasrara Chakra. This too is the source for a child to manifest. So, it is this fellow's arrogance, from that biomemory, Sati's body also had one component. That is the reason Sati gave up that very body. So naturally, if his head is punished, that is enough. He doesn't need to lose life. You all need to know, life is prior to body and it will continue to exist even after body. The beauty of studying Hindu Puranas, it is not just history, it is principled, philosophically defined, real history. All of you need to know, That is why only if you understand the philosophy, you will understand Hindu histories are far more true, factual, real, right than the so-called modern human histories. So-called modern human histories. So if you study even one Purana, you will understand all the major cosmic principles and truths completely. It's a very powerful revelation, very powerful truth. So Paramashiva just removes only the tumor, gives life back to him with a goat head, and the story goes. All this is okay. But in this whole drama, Vishnu lost chakra, his Sudarshana chakra. Now, how he will protect the world? He has to protect the world, his devotees. There are so many things need to be done, which is dependent on his Sudarshana chakra. Then he prays to Paramashiva, starts meditating again, doing tapas. Mahadeva, please give that Sudarshana chakra back. I have to maintain this universe. I have to protect this universe as per your order. Because you ordained me to protect this universe. In this, I got into the mess by giving a commitment to Daksha. I never imagined this fool will go against you and create a mess for me also. It is extremely stupid. So Kalabhairava appears and asks Vishnu, come on, tell me, what do you want? Vishnu says, give me that Sudarshana chakra back. And Mahadeva just looked on the skull garlands he was wearing. Hey, where is that Sudarshana chakra? Who is having? One skull said, I'm only having it in my teeth. I just grabbed it because I was the nearest one. When the chakra was coming, I just grabbed it and it's in my teeth. And Mahadeva says, hey, give it back to him. That Brahmakapala said, Mahadeva, I am ready to give now because I always obey your order. Immediately I'll give it back. But I want him to do completion. How dare he sends his Sudarshana chakra towards you? Let him reenact how he did it. Then I'll give it back. See, listen. Without the background music, you see anyone's dance, it not only it lose the context, you will laugh like anything. Without the background music, if you see anybody's dance, you will laugh like anything because it will look like a joke, comedy. Same way, without the emotion, see, when somebody acted out of anger, without the anger, same emotion, same spontaneity, if that person acts out the same thing, it will look like a comedy. Completion is all about making all your past lose its importance or its power over you. So now, Vishnu does the same act How he spontaneously sent his Sudarshana Chakra without the same emotion. Then this Brahma Kapala, he laughs loudly. In that loud laughter, that Sudarshana Chakra comes out and falls on the ground. And Vishnu touches Mahadeva's feet. From the Mahadeva's feet, he receives the Sudarshana Chakra. O Parandama, forgive me. Anyway, I portrayed you in a dim light. All of you, listen. Once again, I want to repeat. Don't ever underestimate Parandama Mahavishnu listening to this story. The story is told to show the greatness of Paramashiva, but not to show Parandama in any dim light or low idea. So be very clear. Understand the principle. Don't try to have low idea even about Daksha. So these cosmic stories, just understand the principle I'm trying to convey. Don't try to do your own gadbad, your own judging and creating mess. In Sati's whole existence, the deep devotion of mother, but the arrogance of the father, both got into her system. The muscle memory of the deep devotion of mother made her fall in love with Paramashiva, but the arrogance strain came from father's biomemory. That made even Sati disobey Mahadeva and come from Kailasa to Mayapuri. Mayapuri is the present day Haridwar, to teach lesson to Daksha. Mahadeva told, hey, he will not listen. Listen. She should have obeyed Mahadeva's strategy. But the strain of Daksha, because of Daksha's own biomemory, she thought she can teach a lesson to Daksha. She taught a lesson in a different way, but anyhow, understand the story, whatever has happened. And the multiple important truths you need to understand. Even if the black hole swallows, the thing swallowed by the black holes does not die. It continues to exist in a different plane. For example, if the Brahma's head is cut off, it is supposed to be dead. That's why the world calls it as a skull. But that skull is not dead. It is so powerful even to swallow the Vishnu Chakra. Sudarshana Chakra like a murk snack. So listen carefully. You don't have death. There is nothing called destruction. I am only saying, die after realizing there is no death. Don't die before that, because If you die before realizing there is no death, you may have death, but not the real undying experience. Listen carefully. Even if you die by being with Guru, he will show you the undying component of you when your body stops functioning. Even your death will be liberation. If you die without Guru, you may have death, but not the liberation or realization of undying during the death. You will be just born again and again. See the first level truth, which I told, that's the description of the scene where the face of Aghora, of Paramashiva, manifests Mahakalabhairava, and like black holes swallowing the big bangs, Brahma's heads, Kalabhairava swallowing the Brahma Kapalas and making garland of Brahma's skulls for him. Understand, that is the most beautiful Dhyana sloka in English for Mahakalabhairava. If you have some photos released by NASA, how the black holes swallow the big bangs, just see exactly that indescribable way Mahakalabhairava with the Brahma Kapala malas, the skull garland of Brahma Kapalas, the multiple big bangs swallowed by the large black hole. But the big bangs are not dead. They are all there as garland, alive and more powerful, even to swallow Vishnu's chakra, Sudarshana chakra. See, Brahma is son of Vishnu. The sun's head, because it is owned by Paramashiva, is capable of even swallowing the father's weapon like a snack and keep it inside his teeth. So understand this this visualization is from one plane, one zone, one time zone. And then the next story, Brahma Kapala eating the Vishnu Sudarshana, that is from another one vertical time zone, from another plane. The sheet kind of a thing, that is the 2D of the cosmic DNA. Please understand how an individual DNA looks in certain shape. Cosmic DNA looks in certain geometric form. That is what is called Sri Mandala, Sri Yantra. It is literally the shape in which the cosmic DNA is seen. And the cosmic DNA, that Sri Mandala, It has many names, Sri Mandala, Sri Yantra, Sri Chakra. It is drawn in 2D form and installed as foundation. In this foundation, it is drawn in 2D form in pure copper sheet. And then the same thing is in 3D form above. In pure copper, made in pure copper as per Agama, but gold coated, the silver coated, specifically for those Tidiritya Devatas. See, there are different energies installed in this Meru. So, Devi is said to be residing on the top spot. It's called Nada Bindu, means the sound and the energy source. Nada means sound, Bindu means the source energy. Each of this mandala, it is a Nava Avarana, means 9 steps. In this Nava Avarana, each of this mandala, different deities, gods, devatas reside. Different energies are invoked. So now, there are 4 tubes associated to it. In that tube, literally, the Sadashiva manifested in powder form, means a certain powder component mixed as per agamic instruction, keeping the Haritaki as the base material. That powder is created, and that powder is energized with a high energy. So it carries and holds at least next 30 to 40 years very comfortably. Understand? The science of making the highest energy stay in matter is available only to Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Hinduism evolved this science. So this is the science based on which the deities are energized. It is called prana pratishta. See, if you convert blood into blood, it is digestion. Same way, converting the matter into energy is prana pratishta. Matter, you can breathe life into it. It can be energized. It can hold the energy. It can store the energy. It can radiate energy. The powder inside, technically, agamically, it is called virya, equivalent to the cosmic energy. Sadashiva's space, energy is infused into that. And then there is a leaf called Pulluruvi, means it will not born out of a seed like a usual birth. It is Amalotpava. It is called Amalotpava, means without any male component it will be born. Means the plant which grows in another one plant without a seed. Actually, this is where they took the concept of virgin birth. The source of the virgin birth idea is this Amalotpava. A plant which is Amalotpava, in English you use the word parasite. I don't have any other equivalent English word, but in Tamil we use the word Pulluruvi. In Sanskrit, Amalotpava Vriksha. The Agama uses the word Amalotpava, means that plant will not grow from the ground. It will grow from another branch of the plant. It will grow on the plant without a seed means on the neem tree, bale tree will be growing. On the bale tree, sandal tree will be growing. That Amalotbhava leaf is powerful enough to be programmed, means any Satya Sankalpa can be programmed into that leaf, and that leaf will hold that energy and make that into reality, because this plant itself manifested its reality without any external help. It can make whatever you want into reality without external help. It's a very powerful programming material, means matter on which you can do the programming, any spiritual programming, just like writing software. This is the base material. So we have like that 18 trees in our campus, Amalotbhava, where I'll tell them to take you guys and show you, where the bale tree grows from neem tree, not in corner and all, it's a straight branch. No way the seed can be stored, nothing is available, mud or nothing is available for a seed to sprout. Just from one branch the tree will be growing, another tree will be growing, and that leaf is programmed and Jnananjana is added. All that is kept in each of this tube, which is gold plated, made in pure copper and gold plated, and all of them are tied together in a thread called Panchavarana, means 5 color thread, which represents 5 different circuits happening in our system. See, this is almost like a living being. So these threads are the nervous system. These threads are the nervous system, the physical circuit, physiological circuit, psychological circuit, neurological circuit, and energy, Kundalini circuit. So this 5 is represented by this Panchavarana. I will also give you the original verses out of which this product is evolved, which it is made, and then 3 Garbha is kept inside this Sri Chakra. If you shake, you will see 3 inside. 3 is kept inside, representing the cosmic Brahmanda Yoni, the cosmic womb, muscle memory, biomemory, and bioenergy of the Adi Shakti. This whole thing represents cosmic mother in 2D and 3D form, and it is made to reverberate with 16 sounds. There are 16 sounds of cosmos. It's called primordial sound. When Adi Shakti manifested, the sound she created becomes the Bija mantra to reach her, seed mantra, seed syllable to reach her. Understand, I wanted to make few things clear for everyone. Hinduism is fundamentally spiritual science. You need to know each branch of the science, like physics, chemistry, biology, even the cosmology, every field has its own propositions, presupposition, thesis, then way of doing research, way of building the credibility and understanding about the witness, evidence, proofs, and then following that scale and establishing proofs, witnesses, evidences, logical conclusions, then showing the result. Understand? The thesis proposed by physics is different. Methodology of proof and evidence, scale with which the proof and evidences are analyzed and accepted as credible, that scale is different. And the evidences and proofs brought is different. Same way in biology. The initial proposal logic is absolutely different from physics. Understand what I am trying to convey. Hinduism is a spiritual science. Its propositions, presuppositions, and initial thesis cannot be analyzed, scrutinized, abused by the logics, propositions of physics, chemistry, biology, or cosmology. First of all, see what I am proposing. What is the thesis I am presenting? And what are the ways I am establishing the credibility for the evidence, witness, the scale? And as per those scales, am I producing evidences, witnesses, proofs? Then see final result. Ultimately, end of the day, all science is accepted or rejected based on how much it is useful to human beings, how much it betters the life of human beings in the existence. So in every level, what I am proposing, the thesis I am proposing, the logic I am presenting for research, and then the logic or the scale with which the credibility of the evidences, proofs, witnesses need to be analyzed. Then, without compromising on the scale and credibility, analyzing the witnesses, proofs, evidences we are providing. Then, with all this understanding, finally acid washing the whole thing, how much it is useful for the humanity to make their life better. What I am proposing, the thesis I am presenting, are the scale with which the credibility of the witness, evidences, proofs need to be analyzed. And without compromising on that scale with which witness, evidence, proofs need to be analyzed, analyzing and establishing what I am proposing. And finally, this whole process, how much it is beneficiary, benefit, useful to the human beings, humanity at large. A ruler tries to make legally right as existentially right for all of you. Listen, a ruler politicians, legal authority, rulers. They try to make what is legally right to look as if existentially right for you. Even though they know that is not existentially right, it's only legally right. That is why politicians are bound to be hypocrites and corrupt by the system. They are trying to convince you about something which they are not convinced and they cannot be convinced. Same way, the moral policing people, they try to make what is called moral as existentially right. Understand? Whatever they think morally right, they try to make you feel existentially right. Again, there will be tremendous hypocrisy. Then, there is one group, what they think logically right, they try to make you feel it is existentially right. We call them scientists, rationalists. Listen carefully. Each group tries to make what is their right to look like as if it is existentially right for you. That's where the whole problem starts. Scientists try to make logical as right for you. Politicians try to make legal as a right for you. Moral policing people, social leaders, they try to make moral as a right for you. Understand? Rationalists try to make rationally right as existentially right for you. Only Paramashiva makes truth, Paramasatya, as right for you. Understand? To solve any problem, to get into the ultimate possibility of anything, you need to get into the root of the problem, source of the problem. If you just collapse all of us and get into the root, we are nothing more than just bunch of patterns. Listen. I'll repeat. Lawyers and politicians try to make what is legally right as existentially right for you. Scientists try to make what is logically right as right for you, existentially right for you. Social leaders try to make what is morally right as existentially right for you. Rationalists try to make what is rationally right as existentially right for you. But only Paramashiva makes the Paramasatya, the truth, as existentially right for you. Listen. Some of the Paramasatyas, existentially right, what Paramashiva has revealed to me, I am revealing with you all now. All of us are just bunch of patterns. This universe itself is a huge thought current. All of us are bunch of patterns. This universe is a thought current. And the bunch of patterns we carry need to be just vibrate and in tune with the thought current called universe. The universal thought current. Understand? The bunch of pattern which we carry, if it vibrates with the universal thought current, we live enlightened life. If it doesn't vibrate with the universal thought current, we live a failure life. Or we move towards delusion. Paramashiva's fourth phase, which liberates you from delusion. Understand Paramashiva's 5 phase. One is creation, another one represents maintenance, another one represents rejuvenation, another one represents liberating from delusion, pulling you out of delusion, and the 5th one represents complete liberation. Listen carefully. If the bunch of patterns you carry vibrates with the universal truth, you live enlightened life, liberated life. The bunch of patterns you are, if it is not in tune with the universal truth, you are in delusion. That's all is the life. I am Arunagiri Yogeshwara talking, who is possessing this body and operating. I am an alien outside human society. I have brought this new enlightenment DNA into this body, and I am sharing with the world. And I have already established enlightenment ecosystem, which is very powerful and reproducing powerfully. And I am going to multiply thousands and thousands of this enlightenment ecosystem. Understand, I am not asking anything from any of you. I have nothing to ask from you. I have something lot to give you. All I wanted is understand these simple things. You are more than your body. You have something called consciousness. That consciousness is a pure reflection of Paramashiva. I can put this enlightenment DNA into that consciousness. It can seep into your regular DNA, physical, biomemory, muscle memory, bioenergy. And you can start manifesting these powers intensely. All these are not stories. Understand, I am here to give you whatever boon you want. If I have not given you the boon you wanted within 3 days, be very clear. You are asking for something which is dangerous to you. Other than that, nothing other. No other reason. I'll reveal everything. The Hindu temple towers are nothing but the towers which can generate electricity and relay it wireless. It can generate electricity and it can generate Wi-Fi and relay everything wirelessly. There is a unique energy we had which is not in the modern day use now. It's a super science called bioenergy. Just like electricity and Wi-Fi, this is called bioenergy, the Kundalini Shakti, that was produced and relayed wire-free through all our temples. That Kundalini Shakti is responsible for individuals' power manifestation. If you see a battery, what all is required to store energy, like a mercury, all that is only installed properly in temples, under the deities, under the Dwajastamba, under the Gopurams, and the master who initiates, the enlightened master who is source of that ecosystem, he puts his bioenergy, and that bioenergy is constantly increased through the transmitters and multiplied and relayed through the temple towers to that whole area. Whoever is staying in that ecosystem, all of them are charged with that Kundalini Shakti, bioenergy, and they start manifesting powers. Understand? This is what is the principle of sanctifying a space. This bioenergy is not in use in the modern day. I have brought it back. So I am going to install thousands of temples where this bioenergy will be produced and relayed wirelessly, just like Wi-Fi and electricity. Hindu temples used Wi-Fi and electricity also and relayed wirelessly and bioenergy. Fundamentally, Hindu temples used 9 energies. Hindu temples are 9 energy generators and amplifiers. In that, one is bioenergy, through which the power manifestation science was kept alive and taught to the world. Important sacred truth I wanted to reveal and share it with you all today. Direct download from Paramashiva. Physics of the cosmos, chemistry of the cosmos, biology of the cosmos, all the three listens and supports to your will persistence. Listen. Your will be tested by your biology, means the core of your life. With the various delusions being offered as the alternative form of existence. Understand? I'm telling you, every delusion brought in front of you against Paramashiva is your biology testing you, your life force testing you, your possibility. Are you ready to stand with your will persistence, or are you interested in delusion, alternative ways to exist? Like Nachiketa, before giving the pure enlightenment science, Yama tries to give all alternative possible way of existence under the delusion. But Nachiketa's will persistence, he stood by it and got exactly what he wanted. Test your will persistence. Your own mood swings, ups, downs. That's a chemistry testing your will persistence. Your own body collapsing, tiredness, extreme tiredness, fatigue, that is physics testing your will persistence. Understand? Even for a small delusion, use Brahmastra to destroy it. In Tamil, there's a proverb. Neruppum kadanum pagayum மிச்சம் வைக்கக்கூடாது. I'm telling you, the actual translation is the fire, depth, enmity should not be left. Even little bit should not be left to live because it will grow. I'm telling you, much more than all these three, fire, depth and enmity, ignorance should not be left alive. Even one ignorant pattern can shake your whole life and change you. I have seen people just for ice cream missing enlightenment and scream their whole life. I have seen people doing it. Come back next birth as ice cream vendor and hate to even see ice cream. Even smallest patterns deal ferociously. Don't allow. Understand? Even a small knee pain, headache, don't deal it with just anasin, metacin or some medicine and cream. Internally deal it with the pattern. I am not the body. I may have the body, but I am not the body. Let me see how it can be cleared. With this cognition, you can apply medicine. I don't have a problem. I am not against medicine, but I am against medicine being used remembering you have problem. No. You have a body which has a problem, and do everything to heal it and keep it healthy. Nothing wrong. But always let your inner cognitions be ferocious. In your regular career, job, profession, you have to be integrated. Only then you can raise in the career ladder. The peer pressure. The ecosystem constantly pressurizes you to be integrated to that system, and so you can raise in the ladder. Your paycheck will become more and more heavy. Your career, your title, all that will become more and more. Your power will become more. More people will be working under you. Because of that, fundamentally, you maintain integrity when it comes to the external world, your career. When you are bred by somebody, when somebody is breeding you, you are highly integrated. But unfortunately, in living enlightenment, you need to make the conscious selection where you do not keep even 10% of that integrity level which you are forced to keep when somebody is breeding you. Understand? This is one of the worst problem. Why? We have such less number of enlightened beings. Even though so many wanted to be full-time dedicated for living enlightenment, the number of enlightened beings is so less because in conscious selection process, you do not maintain the highest integrity level. You fall prey to laziness, tiredness, boredom. Paramashiva in his Ashtanga Yoga and descendants of Paramashiva like Patanjali in their Ashtanga Yoga, tiredness, laziness, boredom and uninspired living is describing. They are all describing tiredness, laziness, uninspired life as one of the worst obstacles. Tiredness, laziness, boredom is described as one of the worst obstacle in Ashtanga Yoga and Sashtanga Yoga. Understand? Intensely you need to internalize this. You free yourself from all the responsibilities in the name of full-time. I am going to become Kailasvasi, I am going to be living enlightenment and all that. But you don't free yourself from your patterns of tiredness, laziness, boredom, non-involved lifestyle. Then what happens? When you don't structure yourself and Push yourself consciously and do the conscious choice every day. When the yama and niyama are taken very lightly, practices like asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi is taken very lightly, not only you collapse, you collapse lower than the natural selection process itself. Even the natural selection process, what you do, you stop doing even that. That is what I call falling into delusion, trobhava. Understand? Then, when you fall prey to tiredness, laziness, boredom, the person who tries to inspire you looks like an enemy for you. The worst curse you can have is your visionary appears like an enemy for you. Once upon a time he was your visionary, now he looks like an enemy for you. That is the worst curse. Then understand, your life is destroyed. I have seen this full-time so-called seekers. You are not going to be stopped doing, then naturally you will align to timing. Understand? Here there is two-layer problem. Aligning to timing, breaking laziness. If you decide, I will do whatever time I wake up, I don't bother. I am not going to give up this spiritual practice. When you decide, start doing it in few days, you will see, oh God, you have to do all alone. You have to do yoga alone. If you wake up late time, if you don't maintain the time integrity, then you have to do yoga all alone. You have to do Panchakriya all alone. You have to do puja all alone. You have to do satsang all alone. Sit and watch satsang all alone. Then naturally what you will decide? No, better to be aligned, integrated to time also. Now what happens? If you miss the timing, you think you don't need to do. Then body starts enjoying, mind starts enjoying that laziness, cherishing that laziness. The most inspiring video I have ever seen in my life is this few-minute video. No other video has ever inspired me in my life than this video. I have seen enough of videos in my life. I have seen enough. But nothing has created such inspiration in me than this few seconds, few minute video clip. A sadhu, a saint, a siddha purusha, more than 111, in the hospital bed, where he is not even able to move his hands. Literally his whole body is tied. But such strong will persistence, applying vibhuti and doing his puja. What a life. What a life. I wanted the whole Kailasa to learn this will persistence and inspiration. Whenever you wake up, if you are alive that day, you will finish all these 5 activity, only then you will come to any other activity. Let this be your life. If you have left the body in Kailasa, you will be doing all these 5. That's all. If you are in the body, you will be doing whichever Kailasa you are, If you left the body, you will be doing in whichever Kailasa you are. Let's come to this intensity and integrity of spiritual practice. Understand? This intense spiritual practice creates the enlightenment ecosystem. Let's see the video of Sri Tumkur Mahaswamiji doing his morning puja in hospital bed. No video has inspired me in my life than this few seconds video.
Nityanandam. Such a beautiful revelation from Swamiji, and I hope all of you enjoyed today's sessions. How was each of your experience in today's program? I request all of you to take a few minutes and please share with us. How did you enjoy this program today? How was it for you? What did you benefit from? What did you experience inside of you? Take a few minutes and kindly share that with us. And with this, we come to the conclusion of today's day, and we'll now be concluding with the Purnam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Nityananda Paramashivoham Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you all, Nityanandam.